This video explains how to install the SQL Server version of the DIPPR database if a version of Microsoft SQL Server is not already installed on the computer. You will need two files to install the DIPPR database: the installation file with a .msi extension and a license file that is a text document. To begin the installation, simply double-click on the install file. The setup wizard will appear. Click Next to proceed. You will be prompted to select the installation folder. A default value is provided. Click Next once you have selected the desired folder. Click Next on the following window and the installation will begin. Windows should ask if you want to allow the program to install. Click Yes. This portion of the installation will then finish and you will be asked to click Close. Upon clicking Close, a window asking you to input the license will appear. You can copy and paste the license or click License File and browse your system for the correct files. Notice that the license format is verified. Click OK. Once the license is verified, the Install DIPPR Database window will now ask you to configure the SQL Server. If you don't have SQL Server installed, you can click Download and Install SQL Server Express. A window will appear that contains the URL for the download. Click Install SQL Server Tools and then click Download. Once the file download is finished, click Select, navigate to the download location, select the SQL Server Express installer, and click OK. If you haven't changed anything in your Windows, the file should be in the Downloads folder. Windows will again ask if you want to allow the program to install. Click Yes. SQL Server Express will then begin to install. This installation may take a while, and you may be asked by Windows again if you wish to allow the install to occur. Click Yes if this happens. Once the SQL Server installation is done, the MSI installer will automatically create what is called a database engine instance called DIPPR. It will also create the DIPPR database for the release. In this case, the May 2016 full release is installed. An instance can house several databases. So when the next version of the DIPPR database is released, which would be in October 2016, the same instance will be used, but a new database under that instance will be created. The installer will automatically close after creating both the instance and the database. You may now view various tables in the database using the SQL Server Management Studio. When you start this program, a window will appear asking you which server name to connect to. This should show the name of the computer /DIPPR. Click Connect and the database will be loaded into the viewer. You may now open the databases found under the DIPPR instance and see the DIPPR release for May 2016. By opening the tree under the DIPPR release, you can find the tables. Anything desired can then be done to these tables. Here is the first 1,000 rows of the TDEP coefficients table. Viewing the database in this manner is not very useful, and most users will never access the database in this way. They will instead use Diadem, the front end for the database that is described in other videos.